remember our venerable house.
Hello, hello, Spyreasel. Back at it again on a weekend. It's a rare occurrence here. Jumping straight back into our Deathless challenge run, right in the middle of a champion wield quest. So we just got the last Shieldbreaker Nightmare done. Very, very happy about that. As long as we can survive one or two more battles here, then we should be able to complete the quest and get our Jester to level 6 and do the Countess at our leisure, pretty much. Okay, kind of nervous jumping back into champion here.
I knew all these paths once.
Okay, we got the secret room scout, so
my own ambitions.
let me actually do some math here, see if this is the last room. Not that it really matters, but it might be good to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's actually 16 rooms without the secret room. 16 times 0.9 equals 14.4, so you have to do 14 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, what? Explore 90% of rooms? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 14 rooms. Oh, I miscounted there. So I just need to do 12 rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this should be the last room I need to do. Okay. And we're going to prepare for potential Shambler. So we'll take the ideal skills for Shambler here. Impale could be kind of good, but then I don't have access to Expose. I think I do want Expose in case it's a regular battle. If it's the last battle, then I should be able to pitch the 2 food here. Let's keep. So it's either the 2 food or the rubies, but if this is the last battle and I have multiple ways to walk around here, I should be able to just pitch the 2 food so that I can guarantee a trap disarm. Oh, I should have ate 1 food here. Whoops. Whoops. Somehow I just assumed they were all at full HP. Huh. Okay, so should be good. It's good. For Shambler, I'll take Retribution instead of Bellow. Adder's Kiss would be good against Shambler, I think. Impale would be better than Expose for Shambler, but Expose would be good for like stealth crones or something. Oh my fucking god. Really? Really? Champion Shambler as the last room battle. If this is going south, I could try to complete the dun. Like, I've recently learned that you can actually walk away from the Shambler and go somewhere else. Like, the Shambler is not going to follow you into the next room battle, it's going to stay on this tile. But I guess I can try to kill it. That really makes sense. I was saying, like yesterday, that I felt confident I could kill Shambler with this team at full HP and low stress. They're all getting minus stress too. I do have 6 scales. Chance of bleeding here is 60%. I want to get in position to battle next turn. That's super nice. 140. So the champion Shambler is like the one that you can't stun. You don't even have a 10% chance. Unless you crit, then you have a 20% chance, but want to get in position to use Battle Battle next turn, so I'll hit Riposte here. Oh my god.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Oh, that's not good. So 13 to 26. I focus the tentacles or the Shambler. What are the odds of stunning a tentacle? 140. Like I have to, like the odds of stunning them are like less than 50 because I have to hit them and then try to land the stun chance. Man-at-Arms is either going to try to stun or guard like Jester. His stun chance 140. So it's 50 plus 50% chance plus 15. That's a 65% chance to stun. The Riposte is not going to be doing like a whole lot in the end. I can't let these Tentacles get out of hand. And you just pop the Holy Water now. He got sent all the way there. I think I want to move back so I can go ahead and rampart forward in front of Jester again. Otherwise, I like try to kill this, and then I could move forward 2. There's more accuracy. It's really gonna be Judgment if I'm gonna hit this one, I think. Accuracy 105, accuracy 110, but I have Manslayer as well for extra accuracy. So instead of going for Judgment here, it's better to move back and let Man-at-Arms rampart. Speed of 15, speed of 19. Actually, I could kill this tentacle with Jester next turn if I move back. Wait, but then if I rampart here, then what are the odds of knocking it back? 40, 160. Oh, it's so hard. Probably try to stun this with Man-at-Arms. Opportunity to kill this tentacle here, but it's only a little bit of HP. I should die to Man-at-Arms for post. I have to get rid of the post up anyway. I should do that. I gotta get some damage thinking on that thing. Okay, that's okay. Should heal here and then get the riposte back up by killing that tentacle.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Okay, that was actually a 50-50. Should consider that a lot of protection. I have battle it for 2 more rounds here, so this to finish this off. Good. Well, not exactly, I guess.
Such
Okay,
a
that
terrible
hurts.
assault cannot be left unanswered.
I want to heal here and then probably kill this with the Shieldbreaker. Healing will be safer here. I stun here, actually, and then hit the Shambler. If I do hit it though, then it gets replaced with another tentacle. If I kill it, if I one-shot it. This one's dead. If he uses Lament... Hit the Shambler or hit this thing? I would love to get some damage on the Shambler. Good dodge, oh my god.
Ringing ears, blurred vision.
Stress is getting up there. I do have to get battle back up. Want to keep the speed up. Okay, it's
Soothed, sedated.
what are the odds of Blight here? This Adder's Kiss is pretty good, I feel like. Or I could Adder's Kiss this tentacle, now I think about it.
Eradicated.
Odds of stunning are only 15%, it's not very good. Let's get their post back up. Okay, no crits. Good bleeds. Oh, can you stop critting her?
The space between worlds is no place for
Okay, that was a good
mortal man.
repost hit. This one's dead. No, not yet. He would not die even if I left it alone. Okay, but at least it looks like we're okay. Good. Judgment would not kill here. Good, okay. Alright, first champion Shambler down. That was a doozy. Let's get Jester stress healed so that he can go on the quest next week to the Countess if we need to.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. Press this advantage.
Sweet.
Give them no quarter.
Oh my god. That was a doozy. But luckily that should be the end of the quest, if I calculate this correctly. I'm gonna update our description here, so that's 11 out of 12 Shamblers now. Keeping everything here. I guess there's an off chance I calculate incorrectly, so I guess I will keep everything for now. Keep. Okay, so if my understanding of the game is correct and I calculate correctly, this should be the last room, because it should round down. 0.9 to 14 rooms is 12.6, but it's always rounded down in the past. Perfect. Oh my god, it just had to be a champion Shambler on the last room battle, or last hallway battle. That's crazy. And I just have to make it back to the secret room alive. I do want the blood for the Countess. I don't recall seeing any, I mean, unfortunately, I can't remember what I saw yesterday. There could be some shovel curios that I passed up. I don't recall seeing any holy water curios though, for sure, right? There weren't any fountains or anything. And if I encounter the one curio that gives me a good quirk, I guess I wouldn't mind using it though. I guess the holy water is the least likely to be useful. good memory that I wouldn't have to guess here. You know what? I probably should have. I don't know. I don't recall any more herb curios. Okay, good. Hopefully that is not a backtrack battle. Knowing my luck though, it seems I always get them only when I don't want them to come up. And never get them when I do want them to come up. We'll see. Who's the best blight resist here? 90, 90, 90, 80. Doesn't matter. Good, okay. Secret room is ours. Right. Makes sense to me. Actually, probably even pitch this too. If I see a battle, I'll probably just run if I'm pitching all my supplies here. Atreus Ninja, I think I am winning. We just took care of the champion Shambler, so pretty happy about that. Healing TTV, healing live TTV. Oh, I guess there was a fountain here. Whoops, it's okay. Yeah, it's pretty good. Holy water wouldn't have made a big difference there. Oh look, I could fight champion Shambler again if I wanted to. For some reason, I'm not really feeling that. Imagine, like, if I had even a little bit of stress on people. Like, Champion Shambler's no joke. Does this thing give me a bad quirk? Old tree can blight us, but that's about it. Okay. I don't want to swap the map off. I could try to roll Virtue or something on her. Oh wait, no, I can actually swap the Technical Idol onto her, and she could possibly like, roll a Virtue from this. Or I might as well try that with Man-at-Arms first, honestly. Because I don't know if she's actually gonna afflict from failing the trap. What am I doing here? Or maybe I don't even try to disarm it, I just try to roll Virtue immediately. Like, what's the point in healing off 10 stress there? Technical Idol?
Efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
Fair enough. Another fountain. I guess we'll start trusting the vessel a bit. So even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to do Shrieker next week because the Man-at-Arms is too stressed now.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in
I don't
blood.
need deeds for anything anymore. I guess my only priority right now is gold and crests, so I'll leave. Although they could be converted into crests, it's not that efficient. I can find better loot. I guess I'll not actually try to roll something on her.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must
Is
be
this
carried
worth like
home.
a stack of gold at least? I could just take that and leave. Or I keep going for something better than 750 gold. Why you keep the treasures for last? Because when I have bandages, anti-venoms, and like other combat items in my inventory. I don't want to take treasure, or I don't have room for treasure, or I don't want to pitch the defensive items for treasure. So there's no... Yeah. Like, the only downside to getting them last is backtracking, obviously, but... Like, I can't give up defensive items. And also, when you leave, the curios, they can block, like, battles from spawning on backtrack, too. I mean, that's the lesser case. Doesn't exactly apply here, but... this can give me a disease, so I am good on that. I'll just take off.
Paths and roads bring soldiers and supplies.
Cleared
Let them
it.
arrive on
So we
Harry.
cleared the nightmare without issue. Defeated Champion Shambler as last room hallway battle before finishing quest. Got secret room and ended with 18k gold. That's fine. Jester is pretty much hitting Battle Ballad like 99% of the time, so Hot to Trot I don't think is very good on them. Although Natural's much more useless, but I don't mind it get replaced.
I remember days when the sun shone and laughter could be heard from the tavern.
Huh. She's pretty good. If I wanted to, I could just grab her and fulfill the quest goal of getting someone level Grey Robber level 6. If this was the plus damage quest, I'd probably do Hag next week, but it's not. This week maybe the Prophet, actually. Or it could be Countess. Wait, it can't be Prophet, because this guy's still stressed out for some reason. Oh, I have enough for the Cartographer's camp, that's good. Another moon ring? I think I already have enough. This week we have 161, 197 gold in the bank. Looks like I missed last week for tracking my gold. Whoops. I'll have to look back on the Vlad. So how many moon rings do I have? I think 2 maybe? 3? Okay, yeah, I definitely don't need a 4th moon ring. Do I have any journal pages left? I want to see.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I have all the journal pages now, including the Shieldbreaker ones. So that part is done. Kinda. There is one last one to get though. I don't need Pagan Talisman, I can sell that for a nice chunk of gold, as well as a Tentacle Idol before I forget. So I always get all the Shambler's items and then sell the Tentacles Idol, so that whenever I do kill the Shambler, it gives me this, which not only sells for a lot of gold, more gold than what he would give me otherwise. I also like having this item after killing a Shambler because people are close to rolling Affliction. Where is the talisman? Okay. Okay, so Helmmaster has to be stress healed, she has to be stress healed, Man at Arms has to be stress healed. So he has to go here, he has to go here, she has to go here. And you will just have to deal with having 26 stress next week, I guess. Well, I could... No, reducing treatment costs doesn't do anything. If I level up the Transept here, I might give him some additional stress heal, because he's not going to go to 0 stress from this, but he'd probably go to like 35 stress, which would be kind of annoying still. Let me actually look up what the bust cost is for that transept upgrade. Let's look at the Abbey wiki page. So the transept costs 8 and then 11, so that would cost 19 busts. So it goes increases recovery, reduces cost. Oh, actually increases slots to 2. That might be kind of good too, actually. I wouldn't mind having additional stress heal, additional slots at some point too. But will I want to go for the Penance Hall or the Transept? Transept gives a chance at a stress reduction buff for an entire quest. Penance Hall is damage. Let me look at the rates of getting that. The Transept has a 6.8. Wait, where is it? A 6.8% chance of a minus 20% stress buff. The Penance Hall has a 9.4% chance of a damage buff. But it looks like the negative effects are also at a higher rate, as far as actually... Okay, so they're more likely to get stuck in the Penance Hall than the Transept, actually, which I never really knew. The negative quirks are less likely. And the odds of going missing are more likely. I'm trying to think which chamber is worth upgrading. Before anything else, though, should probably get the Cartographer's Camp, the 300 crest I just got. Is that the best one for me? We have Cartographer's Camp, you get Puppet Theater, which I don't think is going to be the best one. And Outsider's Bonfire, I think that's going to be the last district I buy. Let's look at what my team for Countess would look like. I gotta decide which quest I'm doing, and then I can decide on the upgrades. This Vestal is good enough for Countess. We have a spare Man-at-Arms. It's not as good as the other Man-at-Arms, because he is tough. They're not that much better or worse. Spiritual is good. Steady is decent. Then we have a Shieldbreaker, so Slugger, Luminous versus and Resilient versus Slugger, Mankind, Eldritch Slayer. I don't think Eldritch Hater and Mankind Slayer do anything in the Crimson Courts. I can't even name like one Eldritch or human enemy in the Crimson Court, to be honest. I'm trying to think about it. It's like even the ghouls are unholy. There's beasts there occasionally, but I don't think there's any humans or eldritch in the Crimson Court, actually. Which is kind of surprising. It may be the only region that doesn't have human or eldritch enemies, because at least in other regions it can spawn the Shambler too. So, it should probably just be the other Shieldbreaker. Slugger and Luminous are both pretty good. Resilient also does something. And nobody has quirks that are interacting with Crimson Court Curios, so that's good. I think the last time I did this I used Candle, Spectral Spear Tip, and just relied on accuracy from Jester. But does that really make the most sense? Having access to the Battle Ballad does change things a little bit. I'm getting 10 accuracy. Well, 10 accuracy isn't like crazy. That's just the equivalent of 1 trinket. Take this on her. I think Jester just goes double dodge. I think last time on Man Arms I took Cleansing Crystal and maybe Mirror Shield. Let me double check the abilities on the Countess. Depending on her stun chance, I might want stun resist in the form of Mirror Shield. So there's 3 phases. So Bloodless mode has a 140% chance of stun. Man at Arms has 120 here, so I probably should have the Mirror Shield. And then I am going for a dodge strategy with triple bolster, so some more dodge would make sense. I don't know if Cleansing Crystal actually makes that much sense though. It's just kind of, this would just be kind of like the save on supplies really. Actually Garlic could probably be better since I do want to bellow and I want to try to avoid getting the Crimson Curse on them so that Disease Resist could come in handy. And for here I could do like Sun Cloak maybe? Okay, anyway, it looks like I think I should do the Countess here. One of the considerations is trying to do Shrieker before Countess so I could get the Dazzling Mirror back from the Shrieker, but because my Man-at-Arms is indisposed right now, I can't really do that. I don't see any other like quests that are really worth doing right now. There's no quests that give me plus damage versus the boss or anything. So I think, yeah, let's commit to the Countess this week. And then I can get upgrades based around that. I don't see myself ever using Captivate. I'm in the back where I can use Puncture versus the Countess, otherwise it's always just Pierce for the prot. So there's no reason to ever get Captivate here. Yeah, Shrieker. I'm actually going back and forth on killing versus not killing. Because I was actually thinking to myself, like, if I just equip preemptive scales, which I have a lot of all of a sudden, if I just equip scales preemptively, I think it should pretty much guarantee a safe victory, I'm thinking. I have 12 scales. I only need 4 of these for, like, the Hag, and then I could use, like, 2 to 4 for the Shrieker and have 4 left over. Kind of makes sense to me. But only, actually, that wouldn't be great, though, having 4 left over. I would for sure have to pop scales preemptively against the Shrieker on Jester and Houndmaster, and then possibly a Man-at-Arms if he gets low. So, am I comfortable having 4 scales for the entirety of the rest of the campaign? Not really. But I could get Snake... Now that I cleared the Nightmares too, I could get Snake battles as regular hallway or room battles. Those could get me more scales too. Yeah, I really don't want to wipe to the birds. But the question is, do I want to go for like an ego kill on the bird or not? Am I spending 2 to 4 scales like on my ego to say I killed the Shrieker instead of just quote-unquote beating it by surviving? That's like a little... I mean, I already got burned once trying to go for an ego kill. Even though I have more knowledge now, but still. It seems kind of silly to me in a way. Okay, so no matter what he's going here, because the upgrades here aren't going to decrease stress at all. But I could reduce the cost by 16%, which doesn't matter, right? But these two... She can only go there. He can only go there, so he has to go down here. And then I can put... Okay, Vestal actually does need to... Another stress heal. Where does she go? Oh, she can only go up there. Wait, hold on. I do need to heal the man... Okay, it's these 3 I want to heal. I don't really care about this Vestal. So here... Penance Hall... Cloister... I mean, she's always going here no matter what. I'm not upgrading that either. He's always going down here. So the question is, do I want an extra slot in the Penance Hall or Transept? I think in the past I always went Transept, but I should, you know, think about it for a second more. Penance Hall is better for damage. I mean, it's arguable whether plus damage buff is strictly better than minus stress buff. Especially because the Penance Hall can give you a debuff in the form of minus bleed resist, whereas the Transept doesn't really have an equivalent to that. And support units care more about the Transept for stress heal. Like Plague Doctor prefer. Let me look down the list. Man at Arms prefers Transept. She prefers Transept. Penance Hall, Transept, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Transept, Transept, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall, Penance Hall. Actually seems more people would utilize the Penance Hall, but having a minus... Oh, like, if I get a minus bleed resistance debuff, I can't, like, get rid of it until going on another quest. Like, what if I stress heal someone right before the Darkest Dungeon levels, and I get a minus bleed debuff? I think that'd be really bad, so I'm actually gonna go for the Transept here. Wait, what happened to my crests? Oh, shit. Okay, it's okay. I forgot that I actually have to use crest for the Cartographer's Camp, so I'm gonna get the Cartographer's Camp now. And then it's okay that we spend some buffs there, it just means I have to maybe convert some shards. Let me see, how much shard dust can I bring on a short mission? Like for... I can bring 6 shard dust, so that costs 18. 18 shard dust. And then I need 6 for the Countess, so that comes out to 18 plus 6 is 24, which kind of perfectly leaves me 3 shard dust convert for crest here, I guess. But maybe I want to consider bringing shard dust to another boss somewhere. Maybe something I haven't considered yet. But this is pretty efficient conversion though. And so is this. Let's do that. There is maybe a small chance to go for the Athenaeum for 100 deeds, so let's convert the portraits. Let's grab the Cartographer's Camp. So I'm going Cartographer's Camp here because I'm not using Bonfire this mission, and Cartographer's Camp is, I think... Is it better in High Torch or low? I actually think it's a flat upgrade to everything. It's just a flat bonus, I think, no matter what your torch is. Like plus 1% crit, like 1% scouting or something like that, another loot roll. Yeah, I think it's good enough to get. And like minus 5% surprise chance is also nice. Alright, so this week we bought the Cart Camp. Not going for anything here. We have to heal our man-at-arms for sure. He's got fearing. So we basically spent some... We spent a portrait basically to get a slight cost reduction here this week. That's okay. We can finally get rid of Creeping Cough. And then maybe we have time to get Infirm off, maybe not before the Veteran Prophet, but I think Creeping Coughs would be more impactful. Any other diseases? I don't really care about Bulimic again. No other diseases. Which other games do I play besides Darkest Dungeon? Not really many right now. Hearthstone used to be my biggest game. I stopped playing that around the same time I started playing Darkest Dungeon. I was really into Hollow Knight for a while, so I might pick up Silksong after I finish this challenge. But I'm also interested in playing the Black Reliquary DLC slash spin-off game of Darkest Dungeon. I guess I played Darkest Dungeon 2. It's probably the game I played most besides Darkest Dungeon in the past 6 months. I'm a big Fear and Hunger fan. Before Darkest Dungeon I used to play a lot of Fear and Hunger as well, both 1 and 2. Let's look at our camp buffs next. I don't need bandage. Good evening, Yukande. Welcome back. Just in time for the Crimson Court content. The final Crimson Court boss besides the Guardian, which is kind of a joke. I think my only decisions left this week, whether I want to consider getting a level 6 Shieldbreaker, or sorry, Grave Armor to get that out of my way. If I were to pick up her, I would have to go and Nell's Harvest one more time to get enough shards. But she looks quite good, to be honest. The thing is, it says like 1 hero per roster for Twilight Dreamer, which I already have a Twilight Dreamer Plague Doctor. I have a feeling like I could still add her to the team. I think it's like, it's either a bug. I don't want to call it a bug, maybe it's by design, but I think you can get around the Twilight Dreamer restriction by picking up like, yeah, a Shard Mercenary. Glad I had influence. I brought you back to DD playing since last weekend. Glad to hear it. It's a really good game. It's my favorite. But I am growing quite weary of attempting this particular challenge, so I'll be quite happy to be able to play a game with less stakes in my mind. Alright, I can think about that one later. Let's think about quirk removal for now. I might as well get Calm or Thanatophobia off here. Isn't it per dungeon, not per entire roster? Did I misread it? I thought it was roster. Yeah, it's roster, not dungeon. I did some research on it. Like, I looked it up, like, I remember, like, a couple weeks or a month ago, like, how that actually worked. I think people online were saying that the exception around that is when you add a mercenary, you can add them to the roster and have 2 people with Twilight Dreamer. But one part of me also doesn't want to exploit, like, any kind of bugs in the game whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm really playing this game like in a very traditional sense. I'm not really abusing any mechanics or exploits or bugs whatsoever. So maybe I just keep it that way. And I guess it probably would be considered a bug if it does say 1 hero per roster and adding it there. I think I would be taking advantage of a bug in some way, which doesn't make me feel great. It's not the biggest thing, but yeah, you know what, I think I'll just skip her. I kind of honestly don't want to do any more Endless Harvest content anyway. Although it does mean I have to take this Grave Arbor to 1 more quest. And that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Let's be bug-free this campaign. Scattering can come off at some point. Again, I'm not too sure if I want to keep this occultist, because I only use 1 occultist for the final Darkest Dungeon levels, and for DD like 2, this occultist is really appealing to me because it has the accuracy against Beast, which they're pretty much all beasts in the DD2, as well as Eldritch Hater. And if I don't have any accuracy trinkets, then this would make a lot of sense. But on the other hand, my other occultist is like so good at just being really fast, and speed is really important when it comes to stunning one of the like Templars before I have a chance to get hit by Revelation. So I'm gonna think about that. You lock in positive quirks by bringing them to the Sanitarium and the Treatment Ward. You can lock in and remove quirks that way. It's more expensive to lock in quirks and remove them, and it's more expensive to remove locked in bad quirks with a skull. These skull quirks can't be replaced naturally by getting more bad quirks, so the only way to remove them is by either using curios that remove random bad quirks or paying a hefty sum to remove them in the treatment ward. Anyway, hey Ash. Hey, thanks for dropping in. You know, I was doing more thinking, and I'm still going back and forth on the freaking Shrieker. Yeah, I'm happy too, Ash. I just finished that quest you dropped in on yesterday, so I just gotten the last nightmare done when you popped in, and I had one hallway battle left before completing the quest, and it turned out my first battle the entire day was the champion Shambler, which I was luckily able to kill. Killed Shrieker, no balls. I was thinking to myself, like, despite all the risks I outlined the other day, I'm just like, I could just pop scales, like, I could just pop scales preemptively. I pop a scale on Jester preemptively, pop a scale on Houndmaster, and then pop a scale on a Man-at-Arms if he ever gets below, like, half health. But I think that would make it a lot safer. I didn't have any scales in any of my save files where I was testing on. Like, am I really going to go for an ego kill and risk, like, a month of hard work? When would you pop scales in Shrieker? Just on the first rounds, or when things got hairy? I guess that would make it safer. But you know what? I didn't actually see you pop them. I watched 2 playthroughs of you doing Shrieker, Ash. Oh, okay, sure. And it was funny, too. I was watching one time you fought the Shrieker, and I noticed that you opened Jester's turn with Slice Off, and then you used Battle round 2. And that was a little bit weird. Oh, you still managed to kill it? I was like, that is probably not something he would do now, but he didn't make any comments on that when he did it. So, it was a little bit interesting. Yes, you did pop a scale on Houndmaster, I remember. Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry for pointing it out then. That was definitely interesting to see. But you weren't punished for it. Because my Jester is very, very fast. Like, he has... This is the fastest Jester you're ever going to see, man. Luminous Night Owl on guard. I'm outspeeding the Shrieker every time, so I know I can pop scales, and I know there's no chance of Jester dying. And if I put the... The thing is, if I put the Mooncloak on Houndmaster, I think Shrieker crits... I wrote it down. Let me see. Shrieker crits... Pet crits for 30 through Mooncloak, so... He would go down to 6 HP with bleed, and then he is at risk of dying to cleave attack, so I would have to use Lick Wounds for a turn, unfortunately. Yeah, he can't die to crit bleed, but he can die to cleave attacks afterwards, right? Because Shrieker does a cleave attack in the whole team, and he also does cleave attacks with the regurgitation, so Houndmaster can die to the cleave attacks. Yeah, that's true. You could just pop scales. Well, no, because the Shrieker has 3 actions every turn. The scales only cover 1 potential action, although it's very unlikely, I guess, that he gets targeted by cleave attacks twice a turn. Unless it's the Call the Murder attack that does damage to the whole team. And then, yeah, it's quite a low chance. And then Shrieking Flight also, obviously, if you fail to. Okay, here's the other thing I want to talk to you about. Crit chance on Jester. Like, I noticed that... Like, one of my test fights, I put double crit chance on Jester, right? I put the Dark Bracer, and I also put a Surgical Gloves on him, which is also a melee attack for Finale. So, theoretically, you had 94 or 95... I think you had like 94% crit on Jester with just a Dismas Head. When I tested with 2 crit items, I got my crit up to 96% chance, when it really should have been 100. So... Is there like a cap? Is there like a cap on what's displayed in the crit chance? It could be a 100% crit chance, but maybe it's like accuracy, where it never displays above 95% chance. So that's also a question in my head. Is there the small chance of missing crit, or is it just like a glitch where you can't actually see the full crit chance? I was not able to confirm that anywhere online, I don't think, either. So if I could guarantee crit with trinkets, like you could even have like critical dice, right? And theoretically that should do it. I know, but you didn't cap at 100% crit. I don't know that's possible. I have to let me look it up now, actually. Yeah, you like Dismas Head? Shrieker actually stole my Dismas Head, but I do have the Hero Crucifix, which is strictly better. It's the same thing, but it gives you bleed resist, and you don't take the 25% stress. So I do have Crucifix to replace Dismas Head, which got stolen. And then Shrieker also stole my Dazzling Mirror, which I'm probably just going to take this team this week to go for the Countess anyway without this Dazzling Mirror. I didn't have Dazzling Mirror last time I did the Countess. That wasn't a problem. My Man-at-Arms is too stressed from the last quest to do Shrieker this week, so... And I have to do the Crimson Core content before the Infestation starts fucking me over in Champion missions. Yeah, Crucifix... Math Jack actually turned me on to Crucifix. He was like, this seems like a good trinket on Crusader for DD1. And it was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because with the bleed... I mean, Crusader has the second highest, or he's tied for first HP in the game. So minus 20% HP is not going to be a big difference, I don't think. And then plus, the bleed resist is huge, because you can only bring, like, so many bandages to that quest. So if you run out of bandages, you're kind of screwed. I think the bleed resist would be good for that, plus the damage versus everything there. It's good. So I do like the idea of keeping this, but I'm not hurting for gold that bad either. Anyway, so I guess the questions to discuss are, yeah, whether I want to do the Shrieker. You know, yeah, that DD1 team I did not really agree with. But again, I mean, to be fair, you don't have much experience on the DD levels. I don't know where you got that team idea from. I don't know if you got that from name or you came up with yourself, but I was not a huge fan of that team, yeah. So I'm thinking... I was also theory crafting in my head earlier today, replacing Houndmaster with Arbalist on the Shrieker team that you take, because Arbalist could then heal people off Death's Door if he needs to, whereas Houndmaster could only heal himself. So that was consideration. Yeah, fair enough. I'm also curious where you got that Shrieker team from. Houndmaster, Jester, Man-at-Arms, Man-at-Arms. I couldn't find anything about that team online. I wonder if you got it from someone on Reddit or something, or a chat. But that was a very, very interesting team to take, for sure. I was also considering just taking a regular Mark team I would take, and like before I did Deathless challenges, I would always take like a Cultist, Houndmaster, Arbalist. And that team has a lot of guards, a lot of recovery, everyone has a heal, and I think that team might be safe as well. Not quite sure though. But I think Arbalist doesn't have quite the damage that Houndmaster does with Hound's Rush, plus Dog Biscuit, so yeah. And I think that the odds, if I'm thinking about it, if I have scales, the odds of Man-at-Arms, like, I think when I was watching your playthroughs and my own playthroughs, Shrieker has about 11 actions throughout the fight besides Shrieking Flight. She's gonna peck on average about 5 to 6 times. Most of those pecks are going on, like, 2 Man-at-Arms, so they're not all guaranteed to crit either. If you have, like, 50% prots, I think you should be able to survive, like, 3 pecks. And then if you equip a... the issue with scales is that it just gets popped by like anything that's not peck, but yeah. Also, you might have 95% crit chance because you didn't command on second management for family. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about in my own like test playthroughs and alternate save files. I've done the fight about 4 times now, and I played it correctly with the correct command order. But still, even with double crit item on Jester, the crit chance was capped for me at 96%, so there was something I'm missing there. Because before I put that double crit item, it was 94%, I think, remember? And plus additional 8 crit should cap it to 100, but I didn't see that. I'm actually going to try Googling it again here. Can you get 100% crit chance in Darkest Dungeon 1? Or is it capped? Because it could just be a visual thing, like with accuracy. If you see, in case you guys don't know, if you see 95% accuracy, that's a guaranteed chance to hit. Your characters always have a 5% chance to hit an enemy no matter how much accuracy they have. And then the accuracy display is capped at 95. Okay, so Google AI says it's not capped at 100. But I don't know actually where, I gotta see where it's actually getting those stats from. I went in blind against Shrieker and everyone survived, yeah. I mean, on average, you will not die against a Shrieker, to be honest. Like, on average, you won't. But sometimes you do, you know? So it's like, am I risking a month of hard-ass labor to get an eagle kill in the Shrieker? It's like, I'll be honest, it quite scared me during the playthroughs. Like, Shrieker crit pecking Houndmaster on round 1 before guard was up. That was pretty fucking scary. Shrieker straight up killing Man at Arms by pecking him too many times when he had like 40% prot. That was very scary. To be right, I didn't have scales, but it's like, what the fuck is that, you know? Vestal, Jester, Highwayman, Hellion, yeah. I think I took on my week 88 run or something, I took Vestal, Highwayman, Man at Arms, Hellion, and that was a safe-ish team with the high HP and the guard and the heal, but like I wasn't able to kill Shrieker. Yeah. Anyway, I'm definitely not doing Shrieker this week, so I'll have some more time to think about it, but let's see. It's definitely something I'm losing sleep over. I'm kind of traumatized by Shrieker. So I just have to decide now what quirks to remove and whether I want to get this shard grave robber or not. Yeah, I'm still considering whether a Mark team is better. When a Mark team where everyone has heal, and you have 2 people with guard in the form of Houndmasters, that could also be a good team. Like, if the fight is going south, you can always transition into a purely defensive mode. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out for you too. It would have been very sad if you lost the final, the final boss, the Shrieker, after killing the Heart of Darkness. Also, I'm trying to go for like a no bugs run, Ash. I see an option for a Grave Robber here. I could recruit this level 6 Grave Robber to not have to get my other Grave Robber to level 6. First of all, I've never tested whether recruiting a Shard Mercenary actually checks off your goal. Second of all, I think it would be considered a bug if I was able to recruit her. I think what I read is that you can recruit 2 people with Twilight Dreamer if you're recruiting them from the Shards event. But I think that would be a bug, because it clearly says 1 hero per roster. I don't really want to take advantage of any bugs. So I think I'll just leave her. Plus, I don't want to do any more Endless Harvest content. Is Leopard withstand a good tank option? Yeah, but yeah, you know what, Ash? You level them all. I can level them all too. Worst case scenario, I always just take. I don't know that it makes sense. You know, I was thinking this to myself, Ash. Also, Ash. I saw your attempt very early on to just tank the Champion Shrieker with level 3 Crusader with Prot, and then you're now saying to me that you can solo bird with Leper. I don't think that really makes sense, because again, Shrieker has 11 actions in the fight besides Shrieking Flight. Like, half of those could be, like, 6 of those could be Peck, right? If she's critting Peck, like, I don't think it'll withstand Leper could survive, like, more than 4 to 5 Pecks. So I don't quite think that that's that viable. Like, I just don't see how you, like, yeah, I don't know why you thought the level 3 Crusader would have worked, though, because why would they do it with solo Leper? Why would he do that? I don't get it. Like, you can't just take a healer and, well, I guess Leper does have access to Solemnity as well. Like, he actually thinks taking solo Leper is safer than taking, like, Man-at-Arms and, like, a Vestal? Like, no way. How is Vestal Man-at-Arms Leper not safer than Leper by himself? Because you guard the Vestal, Man-at-Arms can never die to Pex when he has a heal. You got like 7 Luminous that run, decide it's too unfair and sabotaged it? Oh, when you had the level 3 Crusader. Yeah. I remember telling you too when you were doing that. Like, I was very new to your channel by that point. I was like, that doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Like, how do you survive more than 2 or 3 packs? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And you were saying it was like guaranteed with the skill. But I don't know. Yeah, I know you were agreeing for the trinket. I was asking why you were doing it for the champion kill, the boss kill, or not. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so I have a couple options for me. Might go for Might go for Surviving Shrieker, might go for the double Mana Arms team, might go for a Mark team. Those are my 3 options for Shrieker. But I'm definitely going for the Countess first, I think, here. Because if I think I should be pretty safe if I equip scales for a Shrieker, but I could be using 4 skills. I'm always setting aside 4 skills for the Hag fight, because that just makes sense. That seems like the best use of scales in the game is for the Hag. You just pop 4 scales against Champion Hag preemptively, and you can't get killed out of the pots. Just makes sense to me. And then Shrieker. Then if I do 4 for the Shrieker, I only have 4 skills left over for all the other champion boss in the DD content, but I don't know. Do you do Countess in 1 week or 2 week? I do 1 week. I've always done 1 week. I don't think that... Like, you've never tried the team I've taken. I've never had any issues whatsoever with this team. Like, how does this team die at all? Like, Vestal is tanky enough to tank a crit hit from Chevaliers. You have Man Arms to protect things. You have stuns. You have, like... I don't know. Like, how do you lose to a dungeon with this team? You don't have to fight Crocs or anything. I've never had any issues. Did Countess in 1 week with team Man Arms instead of Houndmaster a few times. Oh, you want to level bad heroes on the freaking epic mission? Huh. Interesting. It's an epic mission. Like, if you're taking... If the heroes are bad to you, like, you can just take them to the Guardian, right? That's my strategy. If I have bad heroes, I'm probably going to level up Grave Robber and Bounty Hunter on the Guardian boss after Countess. But it's like... You killed her with Grave Robber? What? Why would you do... Wait. Interesting. So clearly you don't have issues with the Countess. Okay, so you're more scared of the walk to the Countess than the Countess herself, which is fair. But, you know... I don't know. I think you're probably, like, in a rush for time, I remember, too. I can't remember if you did the Guardian. You probably did, but you can just farm the Guardian to get people to level 6. So I would never do that on an epic mission that actually matters. Yeah, I just take... like, if you take... I only take 2 Shard Dust. I spam Bolster 3 times, and that's enough dodge to get me through that fight, for the most part. I just guard Shieldbreaker with Man at Arms and just battle it or stress you with Jester until it's time to finale, and that fight has never been an issue. So this week I'm taking dodge trinkets here. I'm kind of going back and forth between Sun Cloak and I have a couple extra Camo Cloaks. I don't want stun chance on... I like minus stun resist on Man at Arms because we do have the Chevaliers and we do have the stun that the Bloodlusted Countess uses, so I think Mirror Shield makes sense. I'm trying to debate on Garlic here or something else. Maybe he could actually benefit from a Sun Cloak instead. And I could put like maybe a Overture Box on Jester. That makes me feel pretty comfortable. Or even a Barristan's Head I've done before, I think. But 5% prod is like not much either. Yeah, but if you never had issues, like I've never had issues doing Countess in 1 week, so it's like you were like, you know, pressed for time. You forgot that you didn't have the invitation, so it's just like if you can't do it in 1 week, you should do it in 1 week. But because there's no guarantee that you're gonna have enough weeks left over to do the final boss. I mean, I feel like you should always be going for 1 week every single time. You know, you can always spend a week doing Gate Guardian if you want to get people to level 6. So. I don't quite agree with that logic there. Yeah, I know, and I'm not like that's tangentially related, but just that like you don't know if you have enough weeks to finish the quest, so you might as well do everything in 1 week if you can. Like that's just an example of one thing you might not account for, or maybe you have to retreat another champion mission and you don't have enough time, right? Like what if you're trying to go for the Guardian boss after your Countess fight and you got fucked over by Chevs there during the Countess walk, and you had to retreat that, you know. There might not be enough time to kill the boss before complete the mission, so... You should always do everything in 1 week if possible in the Crimson Court, I think. If you're saying you should have done the Viscount earlier, I'm assuming that's only because you would have more time to get invitations for Countess. But I don't know. Nowadays, I save the Nowadays, I don't care about the trinkets offered by the courtyard. I just always do the first mission post week 25. That gives me like 10 more weeks to prepare for Fanatic, to prepare for Viscount and Baron, and prepare for Countess. It's just like the longer you wait on courtyard, the more weeks you have to prepare for every other boss after that. So I think I wait till like week 26 this campaign to open that. And I still was kind of hurting for blood. Like every single campaign I've done, I've never had to do any blood runs or anything, or get the district for blood, but sometimes like the blood has been a bit of an issue for me for some reason. Yeah, you were probably a little bit nervous about Guardian, to be fair, yeah, but it's really the walk to the Guardian that's more threatening. Although I will say Chevs aren't that like threatening in full Torchlight as opposed to Torchless. Some of my champion test runs, I was seeing Chevs crit for like 50 or something crazy. It was like, what the fuck? I know. I mean, it's a point of pride. Yeah, I guess it's a point of pride to do that in your first time. It's also like, yeah, you are working with less knowledge. It's a bit of luck and skill involved on your part for being able to do that. Like with the DD1 level, right? Took a suboptimal team, and you did get unlucky with the crits, but still were able to make it. Like I'm not so go lucky or YOLO on my runs anymore. Like I was YOLO on the last attempt, going for Shrieker, going for a kill on Shrieker, because I was like freaking pissed off and tilted from losing in the Endless Harvest, so that cost me the entire run. And you know, I'm ready to be done with this challenge. Like I'm doing things I've never done before. I'm doing practice runs against Shrieker. I'm doing practice in champion dungeons. I'm like trying not to take any chances because I know like how sad I'd be if I just lost this again. I'm not sure honestly if I would try to do this challenge again if I lost this campaign. I've just been at this particular campaign for like almost a month now. Like if I lost this, I don't know if I would continue going. Like, at some point, enough is enough. Yeah, I would have a lower attempt count if I skipped third week every time. Yeah, I could always take a break, that's true. But I think that with my personality type, like, I can't quite let things go. It's very hard to let things go. Like, I want to be able to beat it so I can actually let go of the... Like, I feel like I would enjoy life so much if I were to beat this challenge. Like, the difference between completing this challenge and not completing this challenge is strangely, like, a huge difference in my appreciation for life outside of the game. You just have this sense of incompletion or just, like, a nagging feeling, like, wow, I never did finish that thing I wanted to do. Yeah, breaks are very good for mental. This is a very demanding challenge to play for hours and hours every day. Like, I think I'm averaging like 5 hours a day, like 3 days a week, and then going for a month is just, yeah. Streaming is definitely challenging. Okay, anyway, so Phantophobe and Calm have to come off. Ruinsfoe might... Not so much priority now because I already did all the nightmares. I don't really have to take Crusader or anything anymore besides the final Darkest Dungeon bosses. I'm also a little bit worried about the Siren, by the way. Like, although I was able to complete Siren without issue with my preferred comp every time, which was Antiquarian, Plague Doctor, Occultist, Man-at-Arms, like, in theory, like, I just got kind of, like, although I completed twice in Champion with that team, like, it's getting kind of paranoid that it wouldn't work out if I ran to Shambler. I was thinking of doing Plague Doctor, Crusader, Man-at-Arms, and that seems like it would be good against Shambler, and the Dungeon Walk, and the Siren, but unfortunately I didn't think of that before I dismissed my second Champion Plague Doctor, so I can't do that. So I was thinking about replacing Man-at-Arms with Crusader in my Antiquarian, Plague Doctor, Occultist, Man-at-Arms comp, but just replace Man at Arms the Crusader, which give me infinite stress heal against Uka Crabs, but against Shambler, Crusader's not as good as Man at Arms. But doing some try your build for Siren. If I recall, that was something like probably Plague Doctor, Houndmaster, Occultist, Shieldbreaker with like a biscuit on a clam for dodge. My hesitation around that team is what if Siren takes a Houndmaster and then he guards the Siren, and then Siren gets like a ton of free actions and you can't touch her. I think that was what I was thinking about when I was looking at your team comp. Houndmaster, Man at Arms, Occultist, damage. You only have one source of healing. Like that's the thing I don't understand too. Like I was watching some of your fights against like Champion Prophet and stuff, like where you just take. I mean, you obviously don't take Vestal as much as I do, but like I think that you should probably be able to agree after I was watching your experience with Champion Prophet that Vestal would have been a lot better than Arbalest. You were healing for like you were taking turns with Arbalest and Occultist healing for like 4 or like 1 to 4. Whereas if you just spam debuff with those with the characters in the front and just hit Divine Comfort every turn, you don't care if you miss like a stun or 2 or a debuff or 2. For Sirens, like if you went to the Shambler, that team, like it's not so much about the Siren either, right? It's the Shambler too. Without Vestal, like you could just be healing for like 0 damage. Like against the one Shambler I had to escape this run, I had a Cultist heal for 0, and I had to escape, you know, even though I had a Vestal there. It's just like a Cultist is not reliable enough, I think, as your only source of healing on the champion mission. I don't quite see how you're comfortable doing that, honestly. Like Champion Shambler's a long ass fight. That's like 6-7 rounds. Like how are you dealing with all those cleave attacks and crit tentacle attacks without, you know, some group heals? I don't know. Yeah, but did you run into Shambler? I would have to watch you like doing a Shambler fight with PD primary healer, right? Or a Cultist is the only healer. Doesn't quite make sense to me. I think that part of the reason why you and Name probably have a lot more retreats for me and a lot more Shambler retreats is probably because the healing to a large degree, you know? Like I've retreated 1 dungeon, 1 Shambler so far, which is a really bad shuffle, but I think that Vestal plays a huge part in both dungeon completion and Shambler completions. But I don't know, I could be wrong. What the hell am I doing here? So Calm, Thanatophobia, Dud Hitter, Infirm I don't really care about, she's only got 1 more mission. Scattering is probably not that impactful, right? Probably reduce my damage by 1 at the most, even if I crit. Klepto, don't really care about. She's probably just going to Guardian and being dismissed. Don't really care about this. Weak grip, not that concerned. Clumsy can get removed at some point later in the game. Don't really care about the apprentice guys so much. So it's probably going to be Calm versus Thanatophobia. I think Thanatophobia could make things go south a lot quicker, especially against something like the Prophet or the Shambler. Calm is kind of annoying if I want to turn 1 Judgment, which is not really that often. Yeah, I don't really see how you replace a Cultist with Abomination too, right? Because they're not like they don't fulfill the same roles in a team. You can't heal anybody with Abomination. At least Shambler's a lot easier, but with Houndmaster A-Bomb, you got 2 heroes who heal themselves, plus PDR as extra heal, okay. Position like Man Arms for Wield, Leopard for Cove, Hellion for Ruins, Flag for Warrens. Hellion for Ruins? Not a big Shieldbreaker fan, huh? But like, there's very few instances of the game you just want a generically good team for like for the challenge we're doing. It's like you were pointing this out when I was doing the champion wield quest, right? But it's like there are very few quests where I just want to complete the quest and that's it. Like we're trying to get people to level 6, trying to clear nightmares, trying to like do multiple different things or clear bosses, specific strategies. Like there's very few times you just want to take like the best team possible for a mission. I don't know. Shieldbreaker is only for nightmares farm or specific bosses? Like, I feel like Shieldbreaker is just strictly better than Hellion. Like, now that I cleared all the nightmares, Shieldbreaker gets free, like, damage buffs after camp. She has prop piercing for wheeled enemies. She has serpent sway for giants. I feel like Shieldbreaker kind of outclasses Hellion in like every single way besides Yawp. That's pretty much it. She has more speed too. Like I don't like Shieldbreaker is like just really really good for a lot of things. Yeah. But it's like, for me last time, right? For sure need to get Jester to level 6 before Countess, which is why I can take him this week. For sure need to get the last Nightmare on Shieldbreaker before I take her to, like, some of the bosses, like the Necromancer. So, you want the, like, it just makes sense to take Shed Jester when you're trying to get a Shieldbreaker Nightmare, right? And then the puzzle piece is, what's the best people to fill in the team after that? Like, I never took that team. Funnily enough, this is the exact same team I took last week, with some character swaps, but I'd never taken this team anywhere outside of the courtyard, but I just like knew it would work, right? So you have to be kind of flexible depending on what you're trying to achieve with each quest. Like very rarely, I think you just have the luxury of just taking the best team possible against like some area. Plus, every single week I'm not doing like a boss quest or Shieldbreaker Nightmare quest, so it's pretty much doing Antiquarian runs too, which, like, how do you fit Antiquarian into a team like that? Killed 3 Skyvers and then 2 to 3 Shamblers. Killed 2 Skyvers and a Shambler on Long Warren's mission with this team. PD, Houndmaster, Abomination, Flatulent is really good for Warrens. But, like, when are you taking that team to champion Warrens? Like, you're not taking that team against any of the bosses I know. The Swine God or the Flesh. I guess you could take that team to prep, like, a plus damage quest against one of those bosses, but for a champion mission, it's kind of like not worth it. And then for veteran, you don't really need the best team possible. Oh, behind in progress? God damn, dude. I would, like, honestly, I would never ever do a champion long mission unless, like, I was, like, really in a bad spot. I don't see how you can just risk a long champion mission. Like, at any time, pretty much, you could just die, right? For something outside your prediction. Wow. I'd be pretty impressed. Like, I wonder how many you had to retreat. That's pretty impressive. Like, I do know you got a Death's Door check on Hellion, on the champion mission that you didn't have to do. I don't know if that was just like a regular medium mission or long mission or not. Okay, I can see people probably getting bored and I'm dropping viewers because I've been talking shop, which I don't mind, but let's see what I can do here. So probably Thanophobia for sure here. Calm versus Thanophobia, I think it should be Thanophobia. Yeah, for sure. Like, both the Perfection has to come off at some point, not necessarily Ruins Phobe. I'm not taking Crusader versus any bosses, especially not in the Ruins. Dud Hitter can come off at some point. Oh, this is the last thing I wanted to get your opinion on, Ash. I was thinking too. I have 2 Occultists on my team. The level 5 Occultist I have right now, where is he? I have a Occultist with Eldritch Hater and Beast. I'm trying to debate which Occultist to take the DD2. I have the Occultist with accuracy on pretty much every DD2 enemy, plus Eldritch Hater, which is obviously very nice, plus steady. So if you don't have any accuracy trinkets on Occultist, Beastler makes a lot of sense for me to DD2. But then I have my preferred Occultist, which is the On Guard, Quick Reflexes, and Thick Blooded. I think that this Occultist would be what I think most people, including you, would prefer to take to DD2, because he can consistently go for a stun on the Templars before he can get, you know, Revelation. but the accuracy and the stress reduction on this occultist is also tempting me. Like my first choice, my first thought is this super fast occultist, but I'm also debating on the Beast Slayer occultist and with the Eldritch Hater. Yeah, but you probably had better quirks than I have on this guy. Accuracy makes a lot of sense to me, but I mean, let me hear your opinion. Would you rather have a really fast occultist that goes first every turn, or one with a little bit of accuracy? You know, my first go-to thought would be the fast occultist, but I'm considering the one with some accuracy against the most important enemies. Like Beast Slayer hits the cultist priests as well as the Templars and all the Templar minions. So yeah. I don't take occultist for DD3, so I'm not worried about that. I'm only considering DD2 right now, so that's what I'm trying to debate on. Actually, for Man-at-Arms and Camp skill, yeah, that makes sense. Although I do like to do the first Templar fight without camp, if I can, but yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I think avoiding the revelation is the most important thing, probably. And then instead of like I don't have the like, let me know what you think about this. I don't have the sand, like Vial of Sand yet, but even if I had the Vial of Sand, I might consider taking the Stun Amulet instead for, you know, minus 10% skill chance, probably not the biggest deal in the world, but the stun resist is probably huge, just from like, you know, there are quite a lot of stunners in the DD2. Well, not that many, but you have the Hounds, and you also have the Flesh, like, anchor looking things that also stun, so the stun resist could also be half decent. You're only losing out on 10% stun chance, but you're getting quite a lot of stun resist. So you can do all Templar fights with camps. I guess it's true. Yeah, you're right about that. I think maybe I did do that in previous runs. It's been a while since I fought DD2, but yeah, you can camp right before the first Templar fight and then carry that over to the second Templar fight and then camp before the third Templar fight, right? I guess that makes sense too. Yeah, so yeah, I probably talked me into confirming my choice of the fast occultist. Makes sense. Okay, one last decision. Last quirk to stress seal here. Or last quirk to remove. Weak grip, probably good. Let me just have him... If I just leave him out of the Abbey, he stress seals for 5 more, and then maybe he can go on the Veteran Prophet after I'm done with the... Excuse me, the Countess. Not concerned about him, not concerned about him. Ruminator might be kind of annoying, but she may only go on one quest anyway before I dismiss her. Scattering is something. Dud Hitter. It's probably just gonna be Dud Hitter. It has to be removed before I take on, like, the Hag, so might as well just get rid of that, you know. 95% actually on boss Man-at-Arms buff? Yeah, that's maxed out, so 95% is a guaranteed chance to hit, again, for anyone that didn't know. Not sure. I'm sure it's fine. I don't know, I'll think about it. Like, maybe I also take, like, a Demon's Cauldron and a 10% prot. Like, maybe the Signet Ring or something for some prot and, you know, filling in that missing accuracy. You're not going to use this accuracy? Yeah, so I may just put an actually trinket on that fast occultist, right? So if I don't take the actually trinket, I probably, like I was saying, I was thinking going for Demon's Cauldron and the Stun Amulet, which would give him some stun resist too, which makes me think it could avoid some bad situations, but... that's true too. Yeah, good point, Ash. You do get a plus speed buff from Man-at-Arms, so that's also worth considering. And you can always clear stuns with Arbalist, but that's not always an option, depending on the turn order. Okay, one last look at the quirks. Flagellance, Perfectionist, Gaphobia, Resolution, Deviant Taste, Dud Hitter, Scattering. Like, if I don't plan on using this occultist, I would just dismiss him straight up, because I don't need him for the profit, because I have the faster one is going to be better for the profit. I use him for the necromancer, the champion necromancer. He'd be better off being fast than Eldritch Hater. So if I'm not going to use this occultist for DD2, then I might as well dismiss him, which is why I was thinking so hard about it too. You would use the DD2 because of the accuracy. You would use the Beast Hater, the Beast Slayer occultist. Okay, good to know. I'll consider that. Yeah, Wilbur's Flag I'm definitely using. Or Mirror Shield. Probably Wilbur's Flag. 10 dodge, 50 stun resist. Well, I'd have to double check the numbers, because if the stun is going to be... If the stun resist is guaranteed no matter what, then the Mirror Shield is strictly better. But, we'll see. Okay, so it's time to take on the Countess. There's nothing left. Abbey is full. We looked at the Stagecoach. This Hellion is not going to do it for me. So, I would like to get a nice level 3 A-bomb, but nah. Don't need any of these Shard Mercenaries. Spiritual Precise Striker, Shard Mercenary, Germaphobe. Versus my current Shard Mercenary is Natural Eye. The Yips, Fragile. Actually, this... No, this one is not as good as this one.
Slumped shoulders,
even though I'm probably never going to use her.
Eyes, and a stumbling gait.
I don't need a 4th Moon Ring. I don't need a 3rd Heavy Boots. Do anything here. I decided not to go for the Grave Robber Recruit, even though she's quite good. I'm not using her for any bosses, so I was like, what's the point? Although, if it was Math Jack, I know he took Grave Robber for DD2, which is insane to me. Like, this Grave Robber would be great for DD2. With On Guard, Tough, Steady. Always getting 1 out of 20 missed turn 1 on one of the Templars. Turn 1 can escalate to... Yeah, it's fair. But if the Templar outspeeds you, which he can do if you're not fast enough, that's also a way you can escalate quickly, right? Because not only does Occultist have to go first to stun, you also have to have Man-at-Arms or Houndmaster. Like, I don't know if you... Did you ever guard Occultist turn 1 with Houndmaster if he goes before Man-at-Arms? I've done that in the past. Not sure if you did, but you also have to guard Occultist before one of 2 Templars could use Revelation, right? So speed is kind of important. Like, having guaranteed turn 1 is arguably just as important as having guaranteed hit chance, right? But it's debatable. I don't know. Mine... Oh, I have a level... Okay, so I have a speed quirk too, but he's level 1. Like, this is the Man-at-Arms I would prefer to take. Oh my god, this Man-at-Arms would be so good to take. Look at this guy. He'd be so good on DD2. So that could definitely alleviate some of my worries there. So I gotta get this guy to level 6 in 32 weeks, which is probably doable. Or 28 weeks, actually. This is like week... 73. I'm really getting up there. But yeah, I could power level him. You're right. But let's get the Countess done so we don't have to worry about infestation. So we're good here, good here. Good here. Instruction, better than maintain equipment probably, or better than... Let's do these 4 for now. Let's grab Puncture. Impale. Adder's Kiss I like against mosquitoes, but Impale is better for cleaning things up. If it's a scattered battle, I have no need for Puncture. Well, Puncture is also good for pulling the Repulse guys out of the position, pulling Chevs to a position where Vessel and Man-Arms can stun, so I'll keep that. I think I like Impale better than Adder's Kiss for the most part. If Houndmaster outspeed Man-Arms, I always guard turn 1. That's good. Okay. Good to know that that's what you do, because that's probably what I would do. Get some confirmation on that. Okay, I think there's nothing left for me to consider here. Just quirks removal, or just selling trinkets, I guess. These are all keeps, I think. Keeps. Some of these are kind of iffy, but I'll just hold on to them just in case. I'm only holding on to Blood Pack so I get an easier time getting the Violet Sand. But I'm not even sure I take Violet Sand at this point to DD2 over the Stun Amulet. Oh, I could take Wilbur's Flag for stun. Trying to think here. Suncloak seems a little bit underwhelming, honestly, with 5% prots. This probably only shaves off like 1 damage for the most part. But I don't want her to have minus stun resist, though, is I think my main point of contention. I could just put Wilbur's Flag on her, though. Jester is pretty good at dodging things for the most parts. Natural Eye, oftentimes good enough, especially for DD2 where you have no actually trinkets for the most part. Does Suncloak really make sense here? Over... Last time I did the Countess, I took, like, Cleansing Crystal. I might want to take Fortifying Garlic here to save on supplies, maybe? It's not that important, though. But I don't really need the prot or dodge here, I don't think. I don't know, Wilbur's Flag maybe kind of guaranteed. Let me take a look at the Chev stun chance. The Chevs can stun at 125%. So he's almost never getting stunned, but Wilbur's Flag kind of top it off. But the stun chance, the stun resist versus the prots, I don't know. It's also Old Unit Standard, actually. Actually, Old Unit Standard could actually provide a lot of security and the ability to stun things, preventing stress from coming out, also more reliably stunning the Chevs. I think Old Unit Standard is going to be a little bit safer than either Garlic or the Suncloak. And maybe that means I can put Wilbur's Flag on the Vestal and she's never getting stunned. Yeah, that makes sense. You never want Vestal stunned. Okay, and then do I want to actually trinket here or just Answer's Candle, which always seems too good to pass up. When I put this on Highwayman without an actually trinket, I was like kind of in trouble. Missing a lot of things. I could put a Sun Ring on her. 2 speed, 50% damage. I'm only losing 5% damage, but I get, let's see, Answer's Candle versus Sun Ring. I'm losing 5% damage and 2 speed and 5 dodge. I do like the dodge a little bit, actually. I don't really... I only use 1 camp, usually, Ash, on epic missions right before the boss. I don't think I would never hit... Wait, what are you... Oh, you're talking about for DD1, DD2, yeah. But there's a lot of camp skills you want to use. Like you probably want to use the Houndmaster stress skill. You want to use tactics. You want accuracy and speed on Cultist, and you also want speed buff from Arbalist. Maybe her damage buff. I don't know. It's a lot. It's guaranteed outspeed. Okay, that makes sense too. Speed buff from Arbalist plus speed buff from Man-at-Arms. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Good point. All right. I think we're just good here. Let me see how many blockages are in the Countess map. How many? Do I really need 2 stacks of shovels? Maybe. It's 1, 2, 3. 1 fight, 2 fight, 3 fight, 1 fight, 2 fight. Okay, so no blockage, 1 blockage, yellow key. Then we go right. There's 2 blockages. If there's only 2 shovel blockages, I only need 4 shovels here. And maybe I just take more food then. Or I could also take laudanum, but I don't really think that's a big deal. I could take 1 more blood actually, just to be safe, since I have no cursed heroes. Yeah, so shovels, food, blood, 1 stack of herbs, no keys, no laudanum, 1 stack of scales, 1 stack of torches. Oh yeah, the shard dust. What am I thinking? 2 shard dust. Ash Gaming, for me, it was always marching plan, tactics, extra speed, and damage buff from occultist on Arbalest Houndmaster. Yeah, seems good. I would definitely consider that. Okay, 1 last look over. Food, herbs, all the antivenoms and bandages, 2 stacks of holy waters, scales, 2 stacks of blood, torches, shovel, shard dust. That should be good. Look for accuracy quotient for D2 Houndmaster, so you bring Mooncloak for him. I do think I already have like, accuracy trinkets on Houndmaster. Or accuracy quirks, so. Alright, people want some action. Let's get into the Countess here. Alright. Long overdue for a bathroom break.
The
BRB.
encounter resolved itself in my favor, and I set to work pursuing degeneracy in its most decadent forms. The air pulsed with anticipation as I revealed the unnatural terroir of the house vintage. But my exultation was cut short as the attending gentry turned upon themselves in an orgy of indescribable frenzy. A single drop of that forbidden tannin gifted me with a dizzying glimpse of the hibernating horror beneath my feet, and in that moment, I understood the terrible truth of the world. I stood reborn, molded by newfound knowledge, my head throbbing to the growing wine of winged vermin come to drink the tainted blood
Of the darkest dungeon.
Alrighty. Amiga 70, never finished DD. Am I wasting it now? Nope, not today. It's gonna be a long time before I actually finish. I'll probably get done with the Countess today if I have enough time. Ash, you're saying, I think it took Wilbur Flag on my first attempt at D2. On previous run, it would be smooth too. Yeah, I mean, Wilbur Flag definitely every time. You told me that that name talked you into taking the Signet Ring instead. Which I think that he also took the Signet Ring on his run, if I'm not mistaken. Or did he... I forget what... I don't know what he actually did on his D2 run. But I really don't see how you just don't take Stun Resist on Man-at-Arms for that mission. Like, guarding is the most important mechanic. He did take it? Okay. Well, you did anyway, so... Can you please do the crush here? 8 to 14? No, I can't do that.
Impressive.
I expect Jester to dodge most attacks. Speed of 12, speed of 17. This is not going to kill a lot of times. Wow. Fine.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them
dodge.
all.
How am I going for Judgment here? And then a kill on this.
A death by inches.
Really? Okay, fine. You do you.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
You know, I really don't want any of these three to get infected with the Crimson Curse. Who would be the worst one to have the curse? Probably Vestal. Okay, well, not a big fan of that, but oh well.
Eradicated.
Ooh, I really want this. Not quite sure what I could give up for it though. I didn't even think about retreat counter for your run. Yeah, fair enough. I do think, to pump myself up, I don't think anybody has ever come close to going without retreats as long as I have. I have, like, up until yesterday, I had not retreated a single mission in my week 67 run that I lost to Shrieker. Didn't have any retreats up until week 70 of this run. No, I'm sorry, I didn't look at your DD3 strat. Honestly, not that interested. I wasn't that interested because, like, I've never struggled with DD3, but I will take a look if you're especially proud of it. Let's see what you did. God, I'm so tempted to just take this over a stack of anti-venoms, but let's not be friggin' stupid here. Oh, I'm so tempted. I shouldn't need this much food. Where is the food on this map? Let me see. No, I have to make room for the campfire anyway. No, let's not do that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You're right. Alright, we got our first champion Chev here. Unfortunately, I'm not in position to... If I can kill this mosquito... Oh, then I still can't stun this guy, so I'm just guarding Jester. Okay. I could actually Serpent Sway here. I think I Serpent Sway and like guard. Or maybe Vestal. Yeah, this guy's crit is actually not that bad in High Torch. with the HP that everyone has. Plus I gave her the stun resist, so pretty chill. I do want to kill this thing. Oh, fuck me. Well, that was pretty hefty. Gotta switch the guard, I guess. Or... yeah. Try to get lucky on this, but didn't quite work out. This is where I could just impale, but Jester doesn't really have anything great to do. 17 speed, 10 speed. I always outspeed this for some reason. How do I have so much speed here? Oh well, let's just go for the Chev. So we kill the Chev. Oh, okay, we target the Chev, we harvest on the Mosquito, it should die, and then I can go for stun on him with Vestal. Oh, okay. Spectral Spear had something to say about that. That's alright. Even without the Mirror Shield, pretty good with the stun still.
Well struck.
It's dead. Move you back.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Bad luck, I might be in trouble. Okay, in that fight, if both Supplicants and Chevalier all crit the same Vestal, then yes, I could have been in trouble. Use PD Houndmaster or Cultist Hellion for D3. PD Houndmaster or Cultist Hellion. Okay, so I use the same team, Ash, but I take Vestal, Plague Doctor, Houndmaster, and then Shieldbreaker. So it's the same perma-stun thing. Well, I guess you're not perma-stunning things with Vestal as much. Hellion, Procure Precision 4, yada yada. Yeah, PD buffs Hellion with Vapors. Yeah, I use mostly the same strategy, but I take Vestal for more reliable healing. That team, if the assist does crit you with a bleed, you're gonna be a lot happier that you had a Vestal over an Occultist, in my opinion. This guy can actually give me Scout, but it's already scouted. I don't need Stress Heal right now. There should be a lot of crates coming up ahead. There's like half a dozen wine crates ahead. I don't know, just do this for now. Maybe I'll leave this one. Yeah, I don't really go for camps that often because I really don't need it, and I don't want to give up space in my inventory to camp. Let's see.
The
blood quickens.
I think this is where Impale would be better on average than anything else. Because I'm not likely to one-shot anything anyway. Oh wow, that actually was abysmal. I think these things are more annoying for the most part. I'm gonna go for a kill on one of these next turn, so this turn I will go ahead and stun. Like, this turn I'll stun one of these, next turn I'll stun her. But actually, which one's... Okay, no, never mind, wait. This one's easier to hit, but it has a higher stun resist. So I should go for one of these, for the lower stun resist.
Confusion, nerves, and panic.
Okay, glad they're not getting cursed right now. Speed of 7, speed of 11. I guess I could just battle too. That wouldn't have been bad either. I'm gonna go for her because I can potentially kill her with a harvest from Chester. Oh god, this accuracy is killing me. Probably should have gone for the Sun Ring instead, I guess. Yeah, see, she has a sun resist here. This might be a turn to bellow or guard. I'm already kind of outspeeding them anyway, but I could get their accuracy down. If all three of these people attack one person, maybe I could be in trouble. Let me actually look at the targeting for the Courtesan. I think she can just attack anyone from any rank. But if she doesn't target rank 4, then I'm not going to consider guarding Lestal. Bloodlust form, she can target any rank from any rank, so... she doesn't have stun resist though, so I should just stun. Okay.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. The slow death.
I should probably walk back up to the wine crate and heal off. I'm still stressed with that if I can't stall enough here. That would be a good reason to why you would save the wine crate. Alright, fair enough, Ash. Thanks for stopping in. Have yourself a good night and good luck with the rest of your run. Talk to you later. Oh, there's a wine crate right to the right of me, okay. So yeah, I'll stress heal here and I'll use the wine crate to stress heal her.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
And instead of just healing for 30 stress, she gets the full stress heal because of Answer's Scroll. It's pretty nice. It's already bloodlusted, but I have a lot of gold, so I'm not worried. A lot of blood, so I'm not as worried as previous runs. Plus, he's the only cursed hero. Okay, so we go down. blood. 2 shoves, okay. Good. Really? This accuracy is becoming a huge issue.
The ground quakes. A decisive pummeling. Masterfully executed.
Uh-oh.
A powerful blow.
Alright, we're okay.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own. Sedated.
Oh my god. Kinda wanna hold on to
Success
that.
so clearly in view.
How much
Or
gold is
it
that? Like
merely
7,500?
a trick of the light?
Damn. It's tempting me. I still need to pick up keys though. I need to camp. Maybe I get rid of a stack of food. Eventually get rid of a stack of anti-venoms. Let me see. Does the Countess do blight to me? I forget. She blights with sway with me, so I'm not really keen on getting rid of anti-venoms or anything. Oh, this is hard. Does she do bleed to me? I think so. Yeah, she does do bleed and blight. Portrait could actually help me level up the mana arms though, a lot more efficiently. Let's grab it. Give me a scout. What else does he do? Stress? Let me see. Curios, wise and shrew. Random disease, scouting. Okay, so I don't care about diseases with man at arms, so let's get a chance at scouting here. Okay, yeah, he's invincible to disease. Good evening yourself, Night Grazer. It's good afternoon over here. I'm going for the Countess this week, indeed.
A singular strike.
She's always resisting the move, which is crazy. Okay. Jester going last is interesting. Fuck!
The tide turns.
Made the wrong decision there. That's okay.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
This sucks. Oh wait, no. I can knock him back, prevents him from being able to use his riposte attack. Big brain.
A devastating blow.
Okay.
Inspiration and improvement. Annihilated.
Maybe I give up a stack of holy water here, honestly. Do I really need 12 holy waters? Am I saving those all for the Countess fight? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. This is the yellow key, which I definitely need. Okay. I think I should need all these holy waters. Might as well.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Would love to impale here, but Vestal's out of position for that.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. The horror.
It's actually kind of low here. Let me double check the Chevalier crit damage. Skewer hits for 16. 16. This one provides 14.5. Wait, what? 16 times 1.5 is 24 damage. Yeah. Maybe just clear this and try to stun. Oh, he still has prod actually. So 24 damage times 0.7. It's only 16 damage. $16 damage. Just clear the blight actually. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Okay, fine.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
forgot you can't move this guy. That was a mistake. That was not correct.
The wounds of war can be healed,
There we
but
go.
never hidden.
Do some poke damage to him to avoid stall penalties. Okay.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
I can circle back for this once I actually pitch the yellow key out of my inventory. I can get a campfire, but for now I can't.
Precision and power.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. Obliterated.
Good. If you kill the Mosquitoes and leave a corpse, that puts the Chevalier in a position to be stunned by Vestal. Oh. That sucks. That's not what they wanted. Yes, the run has been going well. I did have to retreat a mission for the first time yesterday against a veteran Shambler in the Prophet Dungeon. But, you know, it's to be expected. Can't just expect to have no retreats in a campaign like this. It's nice while it lasted, though.
This expedition at least promises success.
What's next here? Shouldn't be a fight. Should be a wine crate over here, I think. Nope. The map is wrong. Okay. Fine. I don't really want to backtrack for the other wine crate. I'll just keep going.
Curious is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
This is like the worst shuffle I could have ever thought to have happened. I guess I can just... Yeah. Crits for 22, because that's because she has 10% proc, otherwise it crits for 24. It's good to know.
A time to perform beyond one's limits.
Speed of 2, speed of 9, you can just guard.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle. A momentary abatement.
This raw healing outputs. Boom. Did not even have to use a bandage on the crit bleed there.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Crimson Court Trinket, okay. Let's grab it now, I guess.
Wealth beyond measure.
Oh, wait, it's just...
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
rather grab this. So now we go down to the right, I always do. Very vertically challenged enemy team here.
Exposed
Ouch.
to a killing blow.
Again?
Grievous injury.
He didn't take that much stress though, because of the Inspiring Tune.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud. About to break.
Oops. Spectral Spear. It's gonna happen occasionally, but it never actually really matters, so the bonuses from that item are just too good, I think.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Let's get our first campfire in inventory.
A
2
fortune
campfires.
Waiting to be spent.
I have never seen it happen once in my life. I did not know that was actually possible. I don't think I actually need to camp twice though, if I'm honest. Because I'm keeping the food. Keep. I don't think there's anything I can really throw around for this food, for this campfire. So we'll stick with it. What we got?
Ambushed by foul invention.
Gotta kill it so this guy doesn't stick in rank 3 or 4. He uses a more powerful move at rank 3 or 4. I'm like our Jester, because I don't mind if the Shieldbreaker gets cursed as much as Jester, since she is a damage dealer.
Unbalanced.
I should be able to heal off 16 points of light.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
I find this mission to be much easier than other ones. Maybe because of the team comp. This team comp is not only very safe for the actual mission, it also just happens to be really good at taking out the Countess. Like, you could not take this team versus a lot of the Crimson Court bosses. So that's why with this team comp I find it a lot safer. It sucks I can't really get this out of position, so he may use a strong attack on this here. Oh, he didn't crit or really do anything, but yeah, it's a pretty bad one most of the time. Now he's a post thump, so it's annoying. Well, high torch stuff and all. I got a lot of dodge. I really got a lot of dodge. That's fine. So, let's just prevent Jester from getting Bloodless if we can.
Mortality
Oh, I gotta heal all that off
in
now.
a single strike.
Unless I just use an herb. Alright, he's dead in 2 turns. Yeah, they didn't need to use the anti-venom. Oh, you guys have an ad break? Okay, I'm gonna take a break then. BRB. And we're back. Okay. Oh, this guy's kind of nasty. Nice. I think this worm can only hit into ranks 1 to 3. Let's kill this thing first. Nice. That thing dies next. Very nice. This guy actually has more stun chance, gotta remember that.
Dizzying blow to body
12 damage crit through 60 prot. Yeah.
prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Really missing out on those sapphires. Oh well. Secret room? Let's hope I get a Plague Doctor from that secret room. I would love to have another champion Plague Doctor to go into the Siren for. Because I have a team cap in mind, but unfortunately I didn't think of it by the time I dismissed my lesser Plague Doctor. Nice. Now this guy can be stunned. Well, I tried. That sucks. Ouch. The fuck? Okay. Let's hope that doesn't happen during important things. But after this mission, I should never run into that problem again. Oh my god. Sweet. This guy has riposted me like 5 times and he's missed every single one. I mean, I'll take it. Not quite sure I deserve that, but sure. I could have gotten like 5 sapphires by now. It's okay. So Crimson Court trinket up ahead. Might as well just do all these battles first. Get the red key. Probably pitch the shovel after we get the red key. Then we'll camp once we're close to the Countess. I don't need shovels now that that blockage is gone. No shortage of blood for once in my life on a mission like this. Happy for that. Ah, okay, they're all cursed. Fine. So the red key is just here. Oh, we got the secret room. Okay. So I'll probably go for the green key and then I'll pick up a second champion guy. Oh fuck, you know what? I should have camped first to get the camp out of my inventory. It's okay, I'll just pitch the shovel. Yeah, there's nothing else I need shovels for that I can see. we'll fight the Countess and then we'll camp. I mean, no. I will do the battle before the Countess and then we'll fight. Then we'll camp, is what I mean. This is the first torch I've had to use in the Curial all dungeon. Jester's just too good at keeping people stress-free. Man at Arms, ooh. We'll see what he's like. I already have 3 man at arms though, so I'm not quite sure I'm gonna need him. Luckily, this Chevalier is in the 3rd position, so I can actually stun that guy. Nice. Not nice. Good. Might as well have stunned him then. That's like her worst move. I don't even know any enemies in the Crimson Court that have Mark's synergy, to be honest. I'm sure there's like 1 or 2, but... Ah, almost. Can't quite kill anything here. She's... Oh, she's not dead anymore. I think we save this for the way back, because there's no curio I can think of that I would want to replace what I have. And then I don't have any space anyway. I didn't want to camp here either, just yet. I guess I could have camped here, actually. But I kind of want to guarantee I use the camp to get my stress back down to 0. This might be the last fight before the Countess. I don't need the battle ballad for this crap. Double stun, nice.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never
Tapestry.
hidden.
Oh my fucking god. You have to give me the tapestry right now? I really regret not camping though. I gotta get this tapestry. Alright, it's time for the Countess, I guess. Guys, we're in for a treat. It's Countess time. One of the longest boss fights of the entire campaign, pretty much. Let's see. Let me just make sure I get my notes up to date here. It's week 73, and we're doing Vestal, Jester, Man-at-Arms, Shieldbreaker. Same team we just took last week in the Weald. In the Courtyard, Champion, Countess. Got Bless, Tiger's Eye, Tactics, Instruction, anything we could need, really.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
Countess shall be slain? Yeah, let's hope so. I think it's always going to be... Okay, it's always tactics for dodge. Tiger's Eye. Probably... Bless on... Jester, maybe? I don't need dodge on Shieldbreaker because she's going to be guarded by man-at-arms the whole time. So Bless on Jester for some dodge primarily makes sense. And then for the last 2 points, could just be Adder's Embrace usually. And we'll see if we get a Nightmare here, or Ambush. Okay. Good. Good, okay. Actually, this guy's kind of problematic. Good dodge. That's why I didn't guard him. Expect him to dodge there. Okay. Giramoni with the 55 stream streak. God damn. Thank you so much for the support and the channel points. And, yeah. Thank you for the well wishes. I hope we don't die either. Normally I would walk back and forth until I got her.
Ancient traps.
Okay, I was about to say I'd walk back and forth until she got craving, but I guess it just happened anyway. And then I don't really care about touching these shrews. Okay, good. She behaved herself. Okay, so let's take our skills for the Countess now. This should be fine. Maybe actually solo, now that I think about it. Right before the finale, we solo, and we can do that. Yeah, it's better than Dirk Step. I never thought of that until now, but I've been using solo a lot more. So, Defender, Command, and Bolster are always going to be on there. Not sure what else would make sense. Maybe Riposte? Yeah, Riposte is the only thing that doesn't trigger the egg sac, so yeah, sure, I'll take it. Well, it does trigger egg sac, so I have to hit her to actually riposte. So maybe that actually doesn't make any sense at all. Do that. Guard, Command, Bolster. Those are the important ones. We want Adder's Kiss. We want Serpent's Sway just in case. Puncture in case we get shoved to the back. So we should be good there. Trinkets. All looking good. Okay, let's count this time, guys. One last look at skills. We got Finale, Battle Ballad, Inspiring Tune. Those are the important ones. Defender, Command, Bolster, Pierce, Adder's Kiss, Serpent's Sway. Let's do this.
The Countess arrives, anomalous in aspect,
That sucks.
bent on exacting terrible revenge from beyond the bounds of decency.
There's really no chance to stun here.
Blurred vision. The end approaches.
Let's manage their stress. Main arm's gonna be popping a lot of shard dust, so let's keep their stress manageable.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered pitch of battle.
She's in flushed mode. She okay. Don't need to pop that much. Really? That sucks. Never had that happen before.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
God. Oh my god. Okay, at least it all hit this time. That's good. Kinda worried about her now. That's good.
The flesh is knit. Sedated.
Oh, really? What are these shuffles, man? Holy crap. Don't reject this. Okay, good. Those are such bad shuffles.
Sedated.
It's actually making me kind of nervous, especially these really bad shuffles. I really hate that. Oh my god. I've had to pass turns so many times now. Actually got 4.
Festering fear consumes
The horror's
the
never hit
mind.
me before. Oh fuck! I hit the wrong button! Oh god, no. No, no, no. Not like this. Oh, I didn't hit... I moved him instead of doing the right move. At least I'm taking minus 30% stress. Good dodge. The egg sacks work. Once you have an egg sack on somebody, if they like damage her, they pop, do damage to you, and then heal her. So you really can't. Like the strategy is just have one damage healer, and then you guard that damage healer, so she never gets an egg sack on her. So I'm guarding every single turn that she's not guarded. Hopefully she never rejects the guard due to being cursed. Slowly chipping away at her though. Okay, I think we've pretty much stabilized here for the most part.
The wounds of war can be healed.
At least the thirst on him doesn't do stress like it does for most other enemies. It's healing a lot. Like ideally you dodge those. That's a lot of damage. He hasn't gotten hit by a level letter yet, somehow. Sway with me bullshit. Oh, come on. That's good, just critting those pretty well because of the buffs.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
I've only gotten hit by Metamorphosis Horror once in my life. That attack is probably one of the least accurate, if not the least accurate attack in the game. It's really interesting that it's even like a thing. I should probably look to just finale soon. Probably wait though. Man Arms is taking a lot of increased stress from the shard dust, so I think I want to stress heal him. I don't have any battled up now. Good dodge. Yeah, you really want to dodge the thirst. Yeah, dodging the thirst is huge. Okay, probably finale or solo now. Get ready for finale.
A momentary abatement.
That's GG.
Well, I failed. You have
All right.
succeeded, and the world is better for it.
A hard-won battle. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I don't think I need blueprints at this point. Yep, GGG. Played it well, I think, except for that one time I moved gesture forward instead of using Inspiring Tune. That freaking sucked. Hopefully I don't do something like that again. This is going to be a key here. I don't need all the blood anymore, I don't think. Oof. Keep. Probably don't need all these bandages, though, honestly. That's too many for the rest of the mission here. I mean, if you really need the blueprints, you can always farm, like, Guardian, I think, for them. But I know I'm not building more than 2 more districts, and I already have, like, 4 or 5 blueprints at home. So at some point, I do stop taking them. This guy gives me 2 trinkets. This is better than a stack of gold. Did these guys only give me 1? I actually gotta check here. What do these guys give me? Hooded Shrew. Non-set trinkets times 2. Non-set trinkets times 3. Yeah, there's no point in interacting with these guys because they are just strictly worse than the other shrew. Although, if you interact with the hooded shrews without a blood, they do have a chance to give you set items, I think, because it says there's a 30% chance of giving any loot from these guys, so maybe well, no, they give you 15 stress, otherwise I'm not sure.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Again, this stack's better than the stack of gold. Yeah, sorry, Gurmoni, I think I'm gonna have to give you the hives here. But we have like 7 champion bosses left. We can get like 7 more blueprints plus like 3 more. So there's really no point losing any sleep over it. Alright, so let's head down to the green lock thing, and then we'll get the next trinkets. Get our secret room champion hero. Be pretty happy. I feel like we unlocked all the champion heroes we could here. Okay, so 78, 77, but he's taking 30% more stress, so we'll swap the scroll onto him, then we touches this. He's going to get a lot more stress heal. 38 is very nice. And then she's going to be next after this. Right here. Okay, stress is becoming manageable. Let's also switch our skills back before we forget. How's it going? Hey there, Kak and Kak. It's going good. We just took care of the Countess, so it's pretty good progress here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Toy Soldier. I got the set now. It's fun. I did lose my week 88 campaign while I had this set like equipped, so it's kind of questionable, but I do like the fact that this is the only trinket man-at-arms gets that's both defensive and offensive in a way. Like, I could equip this for the Shrieker because it gives 10% prots. I do know there's some holy water curios I passed up. I do need food if I can get some. Let's actually pitch the ring. I think these rubies should stack better on average. I just need one more ruby and it'll be like pretty good. I already passed up like 5 of them on the way here, at least. Okay, so everyone gets a nice stress heal here from the curios I saved. One more for Man-at-Arms, because he's the most easily stressed right now from the shard debuffs. Let's go down here and then we'll head back up that way. Kind of forgot we had scales too, but I never came that close. To be honest, I straight up forgot about that though. What's even over here? It's a... Wait. It's a croc? Oh, if I want to go for another Crimson Core Trinket, I have to go, like, way across the map. I don't know that I want to do that, actually. There's only one more Crimson Core Trinket on the map. I mean, it could be, like, something good. I do have bandages, I do have anti-venoms, I do have herbs. Oh god, it's such a long fucking way back if I want to get the CC trinket. I'm not sure about that one. Because it's like all the way back up here, and then, like, all the way fucking, like, down here. I've never gone for that trinket before for some reason. How many fights are there? God. I definitely need food, which I'm not guaranteed to find right now. If I go all the way back up, there are some forgotten delicacies in the way, I guess. Like, might as well get up, I guess. Face reveal when? I'm not sure. I'm still new to streaming, like I'm still iffy on potential downsides of face reveal, but maybe sometime. Ironically, I did stream like with face cam when I was streaming Hearthstone like once or twice, one or two sessions like years ago, but I didn't really get any viewers. I was playing in Legendary, but didn't really get any viewers. Oh well. I guess I might as well go for it. Yeah, let's go for another Crimson Core Trinket. Could be something good. Salacious Diary, Valus Sand, both be nice. Oh, Antiquarian, okay. Maybe I just use her for the Siren then. Got to really manage the Man-at-Arms stress here, because he's taken plus 30% stress for the rest of the campaign. or the rest of the mission. That's why I don't use more than 2 shard dusts, honestly. I am low on blood, though. I might not last as far as blood goes. I guess we'll see how far I get. Oh, thank you. It's very flattering. Neck. Keck. Here's a battle. I don't mind battles. Maybe I'll get some blood from it. It's an annoying ass looking battle though. Really? Really? Wow, man. Two blood, okay. I guess I'll cure that off. Okay, get the holy water out of my inventory. Some more room for loot. Yeah, guess it's, yeah, like I said, I pitched the rare trinket for it, thinking that I should get more rubies, because I did throw out like 5 on the way here, so I think it's pretty fair. Unfortunately, I don't have any more shovels to get campfires, so that kind of sucks. This is the first school we see in the mission. Interesting.
Uncertainty, the birthplace of dread.
Really? Okay.
A victory.
3 rubies, fuck yeah.
A turning point.
No blood though. Plenty of stress heal left in the dungeon. Let's prioritize ending this dungeon with low stress and everybody, actually. See, if people start craving and I have no blood, then I'll just leave, because it'd be really nice to just keep them low stress. I have one more anti-venom I can use for a crate for stress heal. Let's see what this thing gives me. Stress, random quirk, random loot. Guess I wouldn't mind a random quirk on her. Okay, don't really know what that was supposed to do. How about the fountains? Bleed, Crimson Curse, any loot? Flowers are scouting, stress, any loot. I don't need scouting. I want to see if I can get a shovel somewhere to get like a campfire. Would be really nice. I'll touch you. Here's a wine crate. Oh, it's such a... Oh wait, I need a shovel to progress. Oh no, never mind, I'm just leaving. The way to... Yeah, the way to the CC tree is blocked by two shovel blockages, so no, there's no way I can do it. We will just leave before we take more stress. There's a fight up ahead, I don't need to do it. So we'll just take off then. Fair enough. Let's prioritize low stress on everyone. With this amount of stress, I could do the Shrieker next week if I wanted to. Or do I want to do one last fight for some loot? Why not? I should be able to stall if I need to. And actually, there's a Thronging Hive ahead after that, so yeah, let's do that. And then we're out. Really? I guess it got some prot from the guarding skill. It's fair. Plus 30% damage is crazy, but it's only for one round, luckily. What are those? They're smiley faces. Thank you, LIGHTLESS. Appreciate it.
The wounds of war can be healed.
Oh, actually got a fucking Crimson Court trinket from that? That's insane. Okay, I'll take it. And then Damp Fountain, Torch. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit up the Thronging Hives here and then I'm out. So we don't need this. The food might be needed for a hunger check. I can't throw out the keys, unfortunately. Oh, wait, I can? Wait, I've never been able to throw out a key my entire life until now. Maybe it's because the... Okay, maybe it's the optional keys you're allowed to toss out, and you can't toss out the ones that are required to progress to the boss, just so we can prevent you from locking yourself out. I never knew you could pitch these, otherwise I probably would have pitched it a long time ago. Interesting. Oh, okay. All that talk just to have that happen. Yeah, you can't toss them, okay. Trap.
Watch your step.
Okay, more loot for me. Some blood. Okay. I might hit a hunger check on the very next tile, so I'm not gonna throw out the food. I could eat the blood though, so that I don't accidentally activate the Thronging Hives. Oh, uh-oh. There you go. Okay, we're done. That's all she wrote. Unless I want to touch the other hive. Actually, there's no... Okay, okay, the next Thronging Hive... Next Thronging Hive can give me loot, or bleed me, so I don't care. Yeah, that's exactly what I want.
If only treasure could staunch the flow.
Okay, we're good.
Otherworldly corruption.
Peace out. Oh, on my on my screen they show us like spherical smiley faces, man. Maidenless. Let me check the Twitch stream. That was in the Streamlabs. Yeah, I don't know what they definitely don't look like shovels. We got the sharpened letter opener. It's nice. Okay, so we finished quest with no stress and 12,000 gold. Not too shabby. Countess is done, so no more annoying creatures on the way to boss dungeons. Maybe occasionally. Oh my god, the gold is insane. How did I get this much gold all of a sudden?
Pests will spread no further than its blood-soaked boundaries. And so, at last, the end of my beginning.
Ooh, Sunshine in the Thicket. I could prep for the hag next week. That's going to be the best bet, probably. Let's prep for the hag. And then we'll use this opportunity to get some people to level 6. So what can I sell here? Subject notes. Or actually, maybe I hold on to them so that I have a chance of getting offered like a Vial of Sand here. It's not going to offer me things I already have, so kind of makes sense to hold on to these if I'm not hurting for gold. Like, obviously, you need a stress heal. You're a witness? Okay. Thronging? I guess because it sounds like throbbing would be my first guess as to why you would feel that way. I feel like I do want to stress heal him in the Abbey, give him a chance of getting... Like, he could get stuck there indefinitely, but it would give him a chance to get a stress reduction quirk... stress reduction buff. Alternatively, I just take him to the Weald this week and stress heal him in the dungeon. Because I definitely want to get this... So this quest completes the meter, which unlocks Brigand Pounder, and also gives me plus damage against the Hag, which is necessary before I do Champion Hag, so This makes a lot of sense to me. So this guy is really good for the wield. She also gets a free buff after camp now that I'm done with the nightmares. Go for another... I'm trying to decide which Vestal I want for the Hag. It might be this Vestal. This Houndmaster is really good though. And like a Man-at-Arms would just make sense to me. But again, it depends on which Man-at-Arms makes sense for the Hag. I'm only taking one. Manslayer makes sense because I don't have to take as many accuracy trinkets. This one gets more damage though, to think about it. This set is really, really good. The only thing it lacks is like any kind of accuracy, unfortunately. Oh, it doesn't give me damage. It doesn't give me any damage either. You know what? I actually don't really like this. I mean, it does give me HP and prot. I guess that's pretty cool. But I used to use this a lot when I was like a kind of medium skill player. But now it's been a long time since I've used that. Bleed chance against the Shambler would be very good, I think. And he's kind of safe from giants and fungal claws in the back row, so that could make some sense. But maybe we want the Man-at-Arms that does more damage. We could take the set on them here. But do I really care about the riposte, though? Not really. Well, if I'm not fighting Shambler, I don't care about the riposte. We'll see. Anyway, it's been too long since I started the stream here. I'm going to go ahead and raid out. Maybe I'll be back on for a bit later tonight. Let's go and see. Oh wow, there were so many people streaming Darkest Dungeons when I first started, but now I'm the only streamer here. One of the only ones. Let's go and raid out to this individual. Alright, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Made some great progress today. Got the last nightmare done, killed the champion Shambler, got the Countess done, so pretty happy with the progress. See you guys next time. Oh, also we can't forget about these champion guys. Hard Noggin, okay. Oh, they're only veteran. Or they're only level 5, they're not level 6. It's fair enough,